Right, the market's in a pretty bad state at the moment. So what I'm going to do in this video today is just talk about how I am going to try and make money in this bear market recession that we're about to go in or are going into. One of the ways I like to make money in a bear market or even in a sort of sideways boring trading period is by swing trading. And swing trading is when you basically buy the dip, sell the pump, and then buy the dip again and just keep repeating. The issue with swing trading is that eventually there's not going to be a dip. So as we enter into a bull market again, the market's going to rise. So you're going to buy the dip. You might sell the swing thinking it's going to dip again, and then it just keeps on going up, right? So that's going to happen eventually, which is why I only swing trade projects that I'm looking to invest in long term anyway, right? So even if I mess my swing trade up, I've still got the stock there for when the market recovers. So you really can't lose doing swing trading unless the project completely collapses and doesn't come back in a bull run, right? So you make some profit, or you're left with some stock that you bought at a slightly higher value that you're expecting to go back up in the bull run either, which is why it's a strategy I love to use. So this is a clip from something I'm invested in. It's a project called Flux. And this is a classic case of how to swing trade and how we basically went in and made a decent profit and then sold and got out. And it's a textbook sort of dip. So here you can see the price came down from such a level as the market was crashing. There's lots of fear, there's lots of panic. Everyone starts selling. We came down there from 180 all the way down to 45, and you can see there when we came down we started to get some resistance, and we started to get some daily closes around 45, which showed that there was a lot of buying pressure. Obviously we had other signals as well that were further confluence that there was lots of buying pressure coming in, and we built sort of quite a hard floor. That's when you want to buy. So when the fear and the panic is there, be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy, as Warren likes to say. And that's where we entered at 0.45 cents. And then what my intention is to do is just to sell when I've made 100%. So if I put 5 grand in at 0.45, it goes up 100%. I sell and I'm up 5 grand. So I've made a quick 5 grand. And as you can see here, the price just crashed again. And everyone, when it started to pump, everyone starts FOMOing back in. Oh, it's going to $2, it's going to $5. No, it's not. It's coming straight back down. Not always are you going to know that, but when you're going into a recession or in a bear market, then 9 times out of 10 you're coming straight back down. And the other confluence there is you see the pattern sort of went into a rising wedge, and that's a classic sort of sign that you might break towards the downside. They don't always break down to the downside, but more often than not, they do come to the downside. Obviously, that pump made a lot more than 100%. It kept going, and it's hard to time this, but I just keep a strict rule where I aim to make 100%, and as soon as I hit that, I'll start to sell. And here you can see on the 12th of the 8th that I posted in the crypto group. So we grabbed Flux at 0.44. It's now doubled in price. If you want to play it safe, sell half. You now have your initial investment back and a free bet on Flux for the bull run in 2024. Keep the cash and wait for the dip. Repeat the process on another project. This is such a solid strategy to accumulate stocks or crypto. So let's say you only had $1,000 to invest. You buy Flux at 0.44, it doubles, you sell half, you take out your initial investment, so you've got your 1k back and you've got 1k in Flux. Now you've got a free investment in a company. It might crash back down, right? But now you've got a free investment in a company that you're expecting to do well in the bull run. And you can just keep repeating this process. You put 1k in Matic in the crash, Matic goes up 100%, you sell half, you put another K into another company. You can just keep doing this so long as you're buying into projects that have the fundamentals right. If you're new to crypto, you're not going to know what's a strong project, what's a weak project. You're not going to be able to look into the founders, who are the directors, what projects have they built before. But these are all things you can learn. But as long as you're buying projects that have sort of strong fundamentals, good communities, projects that we expect to deliver in 2024, then this is such a great strategy. Even in a bear market, in a bull market, we're going to get tons and tons of these little relief rallies and these little hype cycles. And I mean, let's say you do this 20 times with $1,000, or let's say you've only got $100 to start with, and you do this 10 times, you end up with $1,000 you've got $100 in 10 different projects. It's just a great strategy, and I love to do it. It's not always going to work out, right? Sometimes you might think it's the bottom, you buy in, it's not, but you still invested into a project that you was going to hold anyway. And again, here we done this. We repeated this process with a project called Casper. As you can see here, we're very early. This is when we got in, so the 23rd of September. We're very early, not even listed on many big exchanges, due to be released on a fairly big one by the end of this month, right? So great project. Had a lot of hype, had some community there, but no one really knew about it because it wasn't on many exchanges. So we knew we was in early. We knew that it was a project that was quite hyped and was going to have a lot of interest, and we knew it was going to be released on a bigger exchange at the end of the month. So usually what happens when they get released on the big exchange, loads of eyes get put on it, and they're like, what's this? And then everyone starts FOMOing in, buying the hype. It's going to the moon. Everyone starts saying it's going to the moon. It's going to 100x, etc. Ignore all that. They always come back down. It's just a hype cycle. So we got into CAS and then just repeated the project. And this was with free money, right? So the money we make on Flux, you take out the profit, you go into CAS. CAS pumps, you make your 100%. So let's say you put your $1,000 in, you make your 100%, you take out $1,000, and you take out $1,000, and then you're done. You can repeat that put it into another project. So as you can see here, again, very nice blockchain project. Blockchain projects done really well, right? So they're still very popular. There's not many projects out there that have the solution to the blockchain sort of trilemma, if you like, so to speak. I mean, everyone's ranting on about Ethereum and this and that, but I still think I don't think the blockchain that we use in the sort of retail industry, that the institutions are going to use, they're not going to use Ethereum, because why are we going to use a blockchain that has fees and can't scale? So everyone is still looking for a faster blockchain, a gasless blockchain, something that can scale. So I always like to invest in blockchain projects, especially those that have good tech and a good team behind. So here you can see smart team, previous success. They had great success. They had huge success. This was a bit of a different case, because this wasn't something that I was going to invest in for the long term. This wasn't something that I knew. This was a new project, so I was literally just trying to swing trade and get out, but I was going to take a little bit of a gamble on it. The market cap was around 50 million. And usually projects like this, like Kadena, other blockchain projects similar to this, were about 150 and 300 million, right? So this was more sort of signs that this could be a good swing trade. It's not on many exchanges. No one's really heard about it. It's got a small market cap, good team. It's got all the fundamentals there for people to see it and think, oh, this could be a good project, and get sucked into the hype. Again, perfect for swing trading. But this isn't one of the top 10 projects. So normally I would advise, if you're swing trading, it's better to stick to the safer projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, things that bounce back quickly. So look at Matic, the way when it crashes, it just bounced straight back. So as you can see here with Casper, we got in around here, and then as you can see, when it got listed on the bigger exchange, the price just shot up. The price just absolutely shot up, and obviously more people were discovering it. The market cap was really small. It doesn't take much money to move it, especially when it starts getting listed on big exchanges. And then you can see the price just started to crash. I think in the end, made about 150%. So there was so much hype with this project that I let it run a little bit more than 100% profit, which I don't usually do. But you get a feel for it. You know, you don't have to take it at 100%. I mean, if you want to play it safe, you can just take it at 50%. I've taken it at 100%, and sometimes they've gone on to do 200%. But it's all about discipline. You have to discipline yourself, otherwise you'll just get consumed by greed, and you'll start falling in line with everyone else, saying, "Oh, it's going to go to the moon," and what if it doesn't crash? Like that's the most popular one. You know, what if it doesn't? And sometimes this is why I sell 50%, right? I normally sell 50%, and I could sell 100%. People say, why don't you just sell 100%? Then you've made even more money to reinvest. It's not guaranteed that it's going to crash. There was a classic case where a YouTuber could have bought Ethereum at $20, and it went to 50, and he never bought, and then it went to 60, to 70, to 80. It's very hard to buy things that you could have bought at a cheaper price. You sit there and you go, I'll just wait for the dip, I'll wait for the dip. And sometimes the dip never comes. And that's why I always leave a little bit in there for the bull run. As it's a free bet. I've taken my money, my initial out. It's now a free bet. I can't lose. All I can do is gain. And if I think it's a good company with decent prospects for the future, I'll just leave it in, because we've seen projects 100x, 1000x. And $100, even if you've got $100 in there, 1000x and $100, you know what I mean? It's life-changing money. So I don't usually sell 75%, but on Casper, but because it was a new project and it was really hyped, I did sell 75% and just left 25% in there. It also pumped 370% in 30 days, right? So it's too fast. It's way too fast. So normally when you see fast pumps like that, you will see a big correction. And I left 25% in there because it does have a little community that are starting to grow there. It does have some fundamentals. There's no smart contracts and stuff. It's going to be years and years before they have smart contracts ready. But it's definitely got potential, which is why I left 25% in. So I've now got the cash that I took out from the swing trades, and I'm now waiting for the next market dip, which we're currently going through now. So if we see Bitcoin come down probably to the ranges of around 14.5k, I expect we're going to see quite a lot of buys and a little relief rally. I don't think we're going to go crazy or shoot back up in some sort of V-shaped recovery. I think we're going to see a little relief rally. And I think when Bitcoin has a relief rally, a lot of the altcoins, they come down harder than Bitcoin when it comes down, and again they go up harder. So the best thing to do is just look into the best projects, so the best looking projects with the strongest fundamentals, you know, like Matic, projects that bounce back when they crash. So the projects that really like spring back up, like Matic does all the time. There's plenty out there, and then buy the dip, buy the fear. When everyone's screaming, "Oh, it's over," that's when you get in on the strong support levels, and then don't be too greedy. Put your allocation in, and then once you make 100%, even 70%, 50%, whatever your aim is, mine is always 100%. Swing trade it, sell half, take it out. Now it's a free bet. You got a free bet on Matic or whatever you invested into. You got your initial back to reinvest into another company, and you can keep doing this. And I've been doing this throughout the whole bear market, and I carry on planning to do it right up until the bull run. I'll stop swing trading the bull run. It's a lot harder to swing trade in the bull run because things can just go up and up and up. You know, you might sell Matic at like $1, and then you plan to swing trade it, and then it's $3. You know, and you're kicking yourself. So it's a lot easier to do in a bear market than it is in a bull market. But it's a pretty safe strategy to keep accumulating crypto, and you can start with anything. Is the great thing about this. You can start with $50. You can start with 100. You know, the more you've got, the better it becomes, because if you're putting 5,000 into a company, you swing trade it, you take your 5,000 out, you got another 5,000 there to swing into another company, you swing trade it, you take it out. Now you've got 10 grand in 2 companies that are a free bet, because you swing trade it. It's a completely free bet. You can't even lose as long as you get those swing trades right. So I don't see enough YouTubers talk about it, but it's such a great strategy, and definitely do some research and see if you can make it work for yourself. Follow and subscribe for more videos.